Hi, and welcome to another episode of Cooking Matters live on Facebook. Really excited today. We are gonna be making chicken pozole verde. Let me go wash my hands so we can get started. Soap and water, making those nice bubbles. Let me shut the water off. And this pozole is perfect for the weather right now. It's getting chilly outside and cold. So you can use either whole chicken, chicken legs, chicken thighs, boneless or bone in. If you have bone in, you have the option of taking it out. This is only a suggestion and only a type of way to make pozole, chicken pozole verde. I know there's other recipes. Feel free to let me know what other ingredients I can use. I try to keep it as simple as possible so everybody can find the ingredients and make it at home. All right, so I already have my chicken thigh and chicken leg cooking. It's cooked already, and I fill up my pot 1/3 of water, and I added a whole onion, 5 garlic cloves, and a little bit of salt. So my chicken is cooked. If you want to come over and check it out so you can see. And then I'll just take out my chicken, and it's bone in. So I need to take out my chicken and take out the bone. So I'm gonna let it cool off. And I'm just pulling my chicken out so I can shred it and then put it back in here, okay? And we are not gonna waste. I wasn't lying, I did put a whole onion in here. We're gonna save this, and we're gonna use it for our salsa verde to make our pozole, okay? So I'm taking out all the chicken, letting it rest and cool down. Otherwise it wouldn't be ready for the show. So I had to cook it ahead of time. And you don't have to let it cool off completely, just enough for you to handle it. I'm not wasting the garlic cloves or the onion. And again, you can use a whole chicken if you like. It's up to you. I got everything. Ooh, one more. Let me get the ladle to make sure I get everything. If you want to come over and see, I only have the water. Well, in this case, it's chicken stock now. Only 1/3 filled, and then when you put your meat or your chicken, it's gonna rise up. So that's why it looked more. But we don't need that much water. I'm just taking out other chunks of chicken that are in here. The garlic goes over here. Just trying to use everything. Let's not waste. So if you fill it up 1/3 of the way and then you feel that you need more water, just go ahead and add more later. So I left my chicken cook and it boiled. All right, let's bring our chicken over so you can start cooling down. And now let's go ahead with our tomatillos. Get started with that. Taking off the skin, peeling them. Then we're gonna wash them with soap and water because they're kind of sticky and sometimes have dirt. So make sure you wash your ingredients really well. All right. And I am using 1 pound of tomatillos. Making sure I get everything. And 3 jalapenos. The cilantro, half of the bunch of the cilantro. Let's go ahead and give everything a nice wash, because this is what's going to make our pozole verde, our green pozole, hence green ingredients. All right, move the trash away. Half of the bunch of cilantro. Ooh, nice. All right, make sure you get dark greens. You can get all the flavor. Let's wash everything really well. And get rid of brown, dark parts. We don't want that. And then what I usually do is just twist off the tips, the ends. You don't need a knife. It's gonna go in here. And we're gonna boil our salsa. We're gonna make our salsa right now. So right now I'm just using water. And then I'll add the soap. Wash and rinse again. What I usually do, make the bubbles in my hands and then use the soap on the veggies or fruit. Just use your hands to gently scrub and rinse. Now, so the pozole is not spicy. We're gonna remove the seeds and the stems as much as we can from the jalapenos. You can also use chile serrano, but remember, the jalapeno and the serrano are spicy, so if you don't like spicy, remove the seeds. Put this over here. All right. All right. And I am going to cut the tomatillos in 4s. The smaller they are, the faster they'll cook. And 1 pound of tomatillos for 2 pounds of chicken. And I used leg and thigh. And it's cooked. I am just letting it cool down so I can handle it and shred it and put it back. Meanwhile, we're making our salsa. I'm gonna remove a little brown spot that the tomatillo have. Take that away. Almost done. Alright, so we have our tomatillo ready. Our cilantro is in there. Let's go ahead and add our onion is in there. Go ahead and add 3 cloves of garlic. And yes, I remember to be gentle. And then we have flying garlics. Let's see if this works. My hands are so wet. I might have to hit it a little bit more. Right, so now I'm peeling my garlic. Make sure you have onion, cilantro, green tomatillos, and some chilies, either serranos, jalapenos. Poblano are the ones that we use to stuff the chile rellenos. Those are chile poblanos. You can use those too. Those, the same thing, you need to remove the seeds because they can be spicy. But it's mostly for flavor. Alright, garlic cloves in there. Cut them in half. And let me go ahead and grab a spoon. Just be careful when you do this. See if I can do it. Let me do it facing myself. Now I can remove the end and see, it's clean. So I just cut it in half, leave the stem there too. Use the tip of the spoon, kind of guide. Make sure you're wearing gloves because it can get spicy. Take off. You can always go back and finish scraping. Make sure it's nice and clean. This one's spicy, so good thing we're removing the seeds. Alright, the next one in half. And that we're taking the seeds and the membrane, all the spicy. We just want it for flavor. We don't want the flavor to the spicy of the chiles to be overwhelming and you won't be able to enjoy the pozole. Just being really careful taking out the seeds. Alright, chile número 2. Chile in half. Grab the spoon. And we're taking out the seeds and the membrane. Alright. Cut the tip for the ends. And we're scraping. Make sure I get all the seeds out. I don't want it to get spicy. Alright, no more seeds. Let me go ahead and wash my hands. Make sure I'm not touching other things. Okay, so now we're ready for our salsa, and I am going to use the same chicken broth from here. We're keeping all the flavors together. And you want enough to cover. covered. Since the onion is cooked already, shouldn't take that long. Let me go ahead and turn on my heat to have that cooking. And now we are going to work with our chicken. We're going to go ahead and shred that. Let's go ahead and wash all this. We don't want to get our other ingredients spicy, right? Soap and water. All right. Let's go ahead and work with our chicken. Oh yeah, cool down. At least the ones on top. And again, you can leave the chicken whole. It's your preference. Now I'm just shredding my chicken. You can use your fingers, you can use, if it's too hot, you can use a fork. Let's go ahead and open them. Get them away from the bone so they start cooling down. There you go. All right. It doesn't even have to be completely shredded. And I use chicken legs and chicken thighs. You can use boneless chicken breast as well. Your favorite part of the chicken, basically. And then you can see over here I have the garnish, which is the cabbage, the lime, the radish. I'm gonna have all the ingredients ready. Ready to eat. I know I'm not the only one eager to have the pozole. Any comments? Any suggestions? Ooh. Let's have that one. Should I wait for it to burn down? Or just change it?
Change it.
That one was burning. I just smelled it. I didn't even see it. And then green pozole is faster than pork or beef. The meat cooks a little bit faster. Not fast enough for the cooking show, but faster than beef and pork. Because for the red pozole, I make the pork. It takes about 3 hours for the meat to cook, for the pork feet to cook. That's why I like this recipe. It's a little bit faster. I feel I'm gonna make enchiladas. with the shredded chicken.
Makes a lot of meat.
A lot of meat, a lot of appetite. And again, you can also use the whole chicken or the meat as is. You don't have to shred it. But this recipe calls it for shredding it, so I'm shredding it. So it's up to you. Okay, that one's not burning. That one's good. Look how the meat's just coming out of the bone. Not even doing much. And remember, we're going to put it back in the pot, so it's going to continue to cook. It's going to continue to shred on its own. And then as soon as our ingredients for the salsa are ready, we're going to get those in the blender. Then put them in our pot to make our pozole. Alright, so I have chicken here that's ready to go back. That's not going back in there. Okay. So we have most of our chicken. I have some over here left, but I can always go and bring it back and just keep shredding the rest of the chicken. I'm leaving it chunky because I like to eat and see my food. So I'm not completely shredding it because we're not making enchiladas. Because you want to be able to have that chicken. Oh, it's going to start smelling so good in a minute. Our salsa verde is cooking. No questions, comments? Nada, panada? Alright. Okay, I need to hurry up because I'm getting hungry. Chicken legs. Oh, these ones are nice and cool. Okay, now we can start shredding the chicken. Just kidding. Well, it was a little bit warm when I started shredding it.
Throw a little humor in there.
It's too quiet.
Maybe we should be playing some music in the background. Yes, the music.
Well, if you're watching, maybe you can let us know what is your favorite pozole. Because there's different kinds and colors and meats. let us know what's your favorite pozole. Some people like the red one over the green one, depending on your personal choice.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go ahead and wash my hands. Alright, let me check on my ingredients for the salsa. And the onion is cooked, so there you go, the onion is in there. Let's go ahead and bring our chicken back. And I'm putting it little by little, not just dropping it in. Be careful, it's hot. Whoa, this is a lot of meat. It's gonna be a really good pozole. Alright, almost all of it in there. Okay, our chicken's in here. And we do have less broth because some of it is over here with the salsa. Let me get rid of all the bones. We're done with that. And I can see our pot with the salsa ingredients is boiling. That means it's ready. Okay. Get the tongs. Okay, so our tomatillos are cooked. We're ready to blend everything. Go ahead and turn this off. Lower this. There you go. Now everything into the blender. Just be careful. Everything is hot. And you can tell that the chiles and the tomatillos are cooked because they change color. They get a lighter green color. That's how you know they're ready.
We have a comment and a question.
Yes.
Comment is I like Pozole Verde.
Verde? Ooh, nice.
Yeah, and the other one says, can you add extra hominy?
Yes, you can. So this calls for this recipe calls for 1 can of hominy. I couldn't find it, so I got the big one. So I'm using the big can. So yes, you can add extra hominy if you like it. I know some people prefer more chicken and use less hominy. It depends. But I'm using the big one, the big can today. Let's get some of that liquid in here. I'm telling you, I'm not wasting anything.
And we have another comment saying, yummy.
Oh, of course. Alright, make sure you get the garlic, the onion, the cilantro.
Oh my goodness.
everything in here because that's what gives it the flavor. Alright, now I'm gonna switch places. Okay, this one here. Let's go ahead and turn it on. We are going to add our seasonings. So 2 bay leaves, chicken bouillon. Let me see if I have a spoon that doesn't have holes. Oh no, I have a little measuring cup. 1 teaspoon of chicken bouillon. Oregano. And I'm gonna crush it in my hands first. Because this one is whole oregano. Okay. A little bit of coriander. And we're not going to put salt in here because we have salt over here. I don't want it salty. Now the hominy, I'm going to go and rinse it. I have the big can back here. Not all of it fit, so that's why now that I'm rinsing it, I can put all the can in there. Okay. I'm just rinsing the hominy. As much of the water out. Let's go ahead and blend this. So I will be loud for a little bit. So good. All that yumminess is going back with our chicken. That was nice. Actually, I just might use half of the can. I'll see right now. You want to come over and see how it's looking? So my shredded chicken is back. Now I made my salsa. I'm using the rest of the water for the chicken broth to rinse my blender. Chicken, and it's green. The soup is green now. Let's go ahead and add little by little the hominy. I want to add all of it, but we'll see right now. I'm just putting in slow, so no splashes. Be careful. Always kind of do it with the spoon against the pot, so you don't get any on yourself. Go ahead and mix everything. Let's put this in high. You know what? I'm going for it. All of it. All or nothing.
I think we're going out there agreeing with you.
And then I'm gonna taste it for flavor to see if it needs salt or anything else. I'm gonna let it boil. Then we can start with our toppings. We can start getting that ready. Yum, looks really good. Can't wait. Go ahead and grab a small spoon so I can try this. Over here. Give everything a good mix. Alright. Oh, it's perfect. The amount of liquid, of everything looks so good. Pour some in here so I can try. Okay, salt. But other than that, it's really good. So 2 teaspoons of the chicken bouillon. Let's mix everything. Let's let it boil. Do your magic. Right, I'm gonna leave it a little bit open at the end. And we can get started with our other ingredients. Alright, for the cabbage, I think I'm gonna need this one to rinse our vegetables. Alright, so I already rinsed this for the radishes. For the cabbage, I am going to take 1 or 2 layers off. I think 1 layer should do. Everything looks nice and pretty. Alright, so just 1 layer. Close this, I don't want to spill it by accident. Alright, and the ball for this one is this one. Alright, so let's go ahead and cut it in the middle. And I'm going to cut it and then rinse it. There you go, all the way to the bottom. And then I'm just going to nice shaves. You keep rotating the cabbage. I like my cabbage thin. You do need that crunch in your pozole. And you can see I'm rotating the head of the cabbage so you can get different angles. Okay, keep an eye on our pozole. Going around. See how it's getting smaller? Look at all the cabbage we already have. And it's nice and thick. And we're keeping an eye on our pozole. My cabbage is not falling apart. I'm holding it because it's in place. The layers won't come off. You're just guiding yourself with the cabbage and rotating the cabbage so you can keep cutting it. Okay. Keeping an eye on the pozole too. Or you can just keep straight like this and then turn it. And then turn it. Different ways, just however you feel comfortable. Just be safe. Make sure you have a nice sharp knife. First I thought it was cold, now I'm sweating over here because the pozole, it's hot. And that's the core. Let's not eat the core. You might be able to regrow it. Kind of like the lettuce, if you cut the bottom part and put it underwater, it regrows. Alright, make sure we have a cold water. There you go. Ready? We're just waiting for the pozole to boil. Now we're getting all of our ingredients ready. We have our cabbage. Radishes. This was one of my jobs at home. When I lived at home with my parents and I was growing up, we would help in the kitchen. One of us had the radishes. So what you do, I just twist off the radish. And when I was little, we used to have rabbits. So I would take the plastic or elastic that has there and I would feed it to my rabbits. They would also get a treat. Once you have them, once you have them twist off, then you can cut them. Take the ends out and then cut them however you like. You can cut them in half moons. You can cut them in circles. You can cut them into little strips, into squares. It's up to you. Done with my radishes. Alright. And I don't have compost either, otherwise we would be saving that, right? So first I'm just rinsing my radishes. Then I'll go back, grab the soap, make bubbles in my hands because these come dirty. These come with dirt. So make sure, because they're underground or on the ground. And also when you're cutting them, you'll see, you can clean them a little bit more. Starting to boil. Almost ready. Okay. Now for the radishes, use my smaller knife. Just cut the front and the back. You can cut them in half, place them down, and just nice slices for our pozole. Almost ready. Let's go ahead and keep slicing our radishes. So we have some ingredients ready. Okay, we have the radishes here. We're taking both ends. Flat down, just little slices. Call these half moons. Hang on here. These are only some of the ingredients. I don't know. In some parts of Mexico, instead of using cabbage, they use lettuce, iceberg lettuce. That's how I was used to eating it. Any questions?
Maybe you could ask the audience what they put in theirs.
Yeah, let us know what kind of toppings or what do you like to put in your pozole? If it's the green or the red one. I'm just being really careful not to cut my fingers. And again, you can cut the radishes however you like. There's different ways. No right or wrong way when it comes to food. Some more radishes and more onion. I thought I had one over here. Alright. The pozole is boiling. I just wanted the flavors to integrate because everything's cooked already. Go ahead and try it again. Let's see if it's good in salt. A little bit more. Needs more. And always add your salt little by little, because you don't want to leave your food salty.
Hard to go backwards though.
Yeah. You can't go back, and it's hard to go back. There's some tricks, but it's hard. Okay, let's try this again. I still think it needs more. Well, because I didn't put salt in anything, just in the chicken, a little bit. Let's lower the heat, because you are ready, my friend. Oh, much better. Ready to serve. Let's go ahead and serve our green pozole is ready. Chicken, hominy. Cut some of the onion. So we have that ready. Oh, the onions were over here. Say, I can't find them. We just cut half. Right. Trying to be careful. And I'm only cutting half an onion right now, so you can see. And then I'm trying to reach as much as possible to the back. Grabbing everything.
I saw someone do cut an onion in half,
Mm-hmm.
and then they had this one they made checkerboard,
Mm.
and then they cut it sliced down, and it came out like little.
Yeah, that's what happened right now. I
Mhm.
didn't do much, just the tip a little bit, but cuts by itself. Okay. Let me get some onion in here. Right. Lime juice. Radishes. Some onion. And some cabbage. And there you have it. Chicken pozole verde. Yum. See, this one I didn't forget to taste. I'll let you know. You get some chicken and hominy, a little bit of everything. Move my mic. Two thumbs up. This is amazing. Hopefully you try this recipe at home. It's easy, a little bit time consuming with the toppings, but if you're doing that while your chicken is cooking, it should be golden. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a wonderful week. Next week, December 29th, we'll be making lentil veggie soup. So please watch me again. We'll be here. Also, don't forget, Richard's coming live right now at 4. So we'll try to save you some, Richard. I don't know. Have a safe and happy Christmas this weekend, Friday. Be safe. And thank you so much for joining me. Hopefully you like this easy, fun recipe and you make yourself and your family some green chicken pozole.
I'll be happy.
Thank you so much. Bye.